Hello folks, and welcome back to Sekiro. This is post-demo speaking, and you can very clearly see why this is being recorded in post. I struggled, as I will talk about later on in this episode, struggled to try and figure out exactly how to edit all of this stuff together. So basically, I've got like 4 or 5 different video files, which are just spliced and stuck together and sped up to, I think it's 500% or so, and it goes on for roughly about 10.5 minutes, which is why you've got me talking over the top of it like this, because I don't think anybody wants to just hear monkeys spinning monkeys for 10 minutes straight. I talk a little bit more about the Ishin the Sword Saint fight in my kind of mini review over the credits, but I actually really enjoyed this fight. It is difficult, especially straight after Genichiro, and it was one of those fights where I found myself going back and forth in terms of, oh, I've got this mechanic, I don't got this, I haven't got this at all, oh, I've screwed that up, I've screwed it up so badly. And you'll be able to see a fair chunk of that as this goes on. Sometimes I'm performing mechanics perfectly, sometimes I'm just getting a little bit on the salty side. I don't get too salty, actually, in this fight, because it is the final fight of the game. And, well, no, it's the final story fight of the game. It's not actually the final fight. I've got at least one boss left to do. But it's 4 phases, basically, Genichiro, and then 3 phases, 3 death blow necessary phases for Ishin. And each phase is ever so slightly different. Genichiro has his own attacks with his open gate mortal blade, and I failed on that several times, even when I got to like the 2nd or even 3rd phase of Ishin's fight. Sometimes I'd fail miserably, and I'd end up just wiping a couple of times, or 3 times, or 4 times on Genichiro. It's like, what am I doing? Why am I struggling? So that's the reason for so many different cuts, because I was just kind of taking a step back, calming down, taking a couple of minutes, and then going back at it. If you just throw your head at the fight, like I did with the Salt Ape, then you get a similar kind of issue that the Salt Ape produced. It was frustrating and annoying, and I just battered my head against it until I got really annoyed with both myself and the design of the fight. Whereas if you look back at the Salt Ape plus friend fight that I did down in the burrow, I didn't really have that much of a problem at all with that, and it's just due to practice and a calm head. Now, I am not the most calm head person in the world. I have a good deal of patience because I'm a teacher, and you have to have a good deal of patience to be a teacher. But in a game, when I'm being challenged, and I know that realistically the issues are most likely my fault, I do get annoyed with myself. I don't tend to get annoyed with the game as much, though there are some things it's like, oh, I can't get out of that, why does that happen? That's unfair. Until you've avoided that move like once, or twice, or 3 times, and you start to realise, oh, it's not the game that's being unfair, I just was doing it wrong. I should have jumped when I tried to dodge, or I should have blocked or deflected slightly earlier or slightly later. It's all about reading tells and figuring out how to deal with the pattern. And I got there. I got there in the end. But there's a bit more of this to go. So if you want to just watch the end of the fight, you can skip to, I think it's 10 minutes 40 10:44-ish, 10:45, something like that, where everything will slow down. But otherwise, I hope you enjoy this sped up, frame blended, lots of unseen aided fight versus Genichiro even, Way of Tomoe, and Ishin, Sword Saints. No! Don't use Ichimonji, you dumbass! Yes! Yes! Die! Do it! Well done, Sekiro. My hands really hurt now. Immortality severed. Sword Saint Ishinashina. Oh, a memory. Was this not the final boss? Shit. At his peak, Ishin Ashina devoted himself to deadly conflict in pursuit of strength. A single-minded killing machine of man, he killed me many times. Dragon Flash, combat art that performs a high-speed cut from a sheathed stance, charged to send out shockwaves. In his younger years, Ishin was a devil with the sword, spending his days in pursuit of life-or-death combat. He often ruminated on how a cut should be made, but his blade always moved first. 20,000? I'm assuming this is going to send us into the end game. So just to make sure that I've got all this saved. There we go. Kneel before divine air. Wolf, where are you? Ah, so this is our alternate ending, given Dragon's Tears and Frozen Tears. Since we worked to get those, I am at your side. Ooh, sparkles. Take the dragon's tears. Dragon tears. So was that both of them? It's possible that they've only got one animation. Sun is coming up. That's a beautiful shot. Beautiful. Hello, divine child.
九郎殿、今はどうか安らかに私の心に留まってください。
Oh? So a literal cradle. A place for him to stay and rest. Now what?
Sayonara, みんな。
Everyone, it is time.
私は
I must depart.
行かねばなりません。我らの因果を
The journey to sever our ties with fate
とても長い
will be
旅
a
に
very
なり
long
ます
one indeed.
それでも共に来てくださるのですか？
Of course.
はい。
Hoi.
ありがとう。竜の忍びよ。
Shinobi the dragon.
九郎殿も喜んでおります。
Now that Kuro shares my joy.
参りましょう。
Let us depart to the west.
西に
To the birthplace of the
神なる
divine
竜の
dragon.
故郷に。
Sequel bait? Or just good storytelling? I can't see. Dragon's Homecoming achievement unlocked. Ah, Miyazaki. You crazy, crazy man. Well, I'm assuming there's not going to be anything interspersed with the credits, but you never know. Sekiro! Shadows die twice, Demajen dies God knows how many times on that final boss. I think I recorded most of them. I have no idea how I'm going to edit that together. Because, as you probably noticed throughout the series, if there are boss fights that I have multiple attempts at, I will speed it up. The only problem is, there's probably an hour and a half, maybe? Yes, it took me that long. There's probably an hour and a half of attempts at that. So even if I speed that up to like 500%, which is my de facto speed up speed, that's still quite a lot of time. Suddenly, this is really loud. I've really enjoyed Sekiro. It's had great world design and world building. The bosses have been excellent. And apart from a couple of them, which I thought weren't necessarily badly designed bosses, but weren't in particularly good spaces, like that guy that we fought down in the well, where it was a very narrow space. I thought the bosses were very well designed and very fair. The Salt Ape got me annoyed. But I think that was mostly because I thought I'd killed it and I hadn't, and that annoyed me. That guy in the well annoyed me. The 7 Ashina Spears with his general mate also annoyed me. Until I realised that you could backstab the general and get rid of him, and then it was a cakewalk. Ashina was actually... I had to change my mindset, and you'll have seen, I'm recording this live, I imagine you will have seen me, getting further and further and further with the fight, and all it boils down to, as so many of them have done, the kind of humanoid enemies, is breaking the posture. As soon as you break the posture, it's nowhere near as bad. It's just getting to that stage, and there's that one attack that he does where he hits forwards and then does a perilous where he swings round, and I kept trying to dodge that. I kept trying to dodge that. You just jump over it. And as soon as I started getting that down, I was taking less damage, I was in range for longer, I was able to get more hits in, and his posture just got chunked and chunked and chunked away. The lightning mechanic in his phase 3, and I think I only had like maybe 4 or 5 total attempts at his phase 3, maybe not even that. Just like in the Divine Dragon fight, the jumping in the air and shooting the lightning back down at him, it's a really cool mechanic, but the timing on it is really, really finicky, I found. Just like Genichiro's 5 swipes in that final fight, the timing on that is a little bit awkward as well. But it's learning the patterns, and it's taken me an hour and a half of try, so I'm by no means any good at this game, but I do feel like I'm getting better, and I still need to go and have a few attempts at the Demon of Hatred, because I haven't beaten him. He's an optional boss, clearly, but I do want to go and put the sculptor out of his misery. So I'm assuming that's what I will do next. Now that I've got that malcontent's whistle, I want to try that out and see if it has a music box v Gascoigne style thing. And I've got my hat shield, the fire one, which again I think might be useful. But I need some more goes. I think I've had what, 2 or 3 total. The first one on camera, and another couple off. It's not actually that quick a fight. You can last for quite some time as long as you don't do anything stupid. But I wasn't doing any damage to him whilst I was playing safe, and that's what this game encourages. It encourages you to get in there and be aggressive, but don't spam. Because if you spam, you can't get into your guard. And that's a problem. You know, you have to take the openings where you can, but the easiest way of defeating pretty much everything in this game is to deflect. Those perfect deflects that bring the big sparks. And, you know, for some of these attempts, I had really, really, really good timing. And then you just lose it. You have these runs of ching, 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 and then suddenly it's like, I'll get hit by everything. It's like Ishin's 3-hit combo, where he does the swipe, and then the upper. I was getting hit by that constantly in the last couple of tries, and yet I was blocking it the times before. It is just about timing. And if you choose not to start, I do not wish to start playthrough 2 right now. I wish to go and finish off some fights first. Also, I want to get that next skill point. But there, does he have anything new to sell? No. Incidentally, I bought the Valley Apparitions memo, which just told you about the Fisherman Warrior fight in the Apes Barrow Den thing. So can we... I'm assuming... I don't know if it's put me before or after that boss fight. Oh, well, we got a memo, didn't we? So we'll be able to tell if we've still got the... So Emma is still here. The healing good could not be upgraded any further. So let's get our attack power upgraded. The battle memory of an extraordinary foe. One who returns from the great beyond does so at the peak of their prosperity. Ishin coveted strength in all manner of techniques throughout his mortal struggle. He wished for war until his final hour, and that is precisely what he got. Attack power 12. Interesting. So I think you can only begin your second playthrough from the sculptor's idol at the temple. Let's just double check that. Oh, interesting. The Divine Child is here.
巫女の死の竜の涙をこれがお渡しした氷な我がゆりかお手を白がこれを詰め凍えたこの体丸ではそう巫女の忍びよ
Fine snow. Oh, I've just skipped through all that randomly, thinking it's something we've seen before. We haven't. So she now.
巫女の忍びよ無事苦労
So... yeah, I'm just trying to ascertain the world state. Because we've got the memory. But has it put us... before or after? I think. I don't want to go out there because I don't want to lose the 20,000 XP. What I'll do is I'll go and do a little bit of farming so that we can push that over. And then I will report back in a second with how I've got on. Okay, I've just been and got the 2,000 or so XP I needed just to top off our XP bar. And let's see, does it make us do the final fight again, or have we got kind of a post-game state? No, we've got a post-game state where we can actually take a look around this area a little bit more. Because we didn't really have opportunity to. So yeah, the world seems kind of frozen in a moment. Because Kuro's not here, but the Divine Child is waiting for him. So it's kind of an in-between, a fugue state, as it were, where we can just go and have a go at other things, including not that, Flames of Hatred, which I am in no state whatsoever to go and have an attempt at now. But there we are. It may well be the only boss that we have not yet in this run completed. Because there are clearly more. I'm missing 2 prayer beads. So if he's one, or I can't, considering how many bosses I've killed, I can't remember whether the bosses give prayer beads as well. I don't think they do. I think it's 2 mini bosses I'm missing. And I've been pretty much back through the whole game. So unless I've missed a place, I don't know. Not a clue. It's possible that we will discover their whereabouts on New Game Plus. But I won't be recording New Game Plus. I will just be recording little snippets of it should I find anything interesting that I haven't covered in the series as a whole. But the series, apart from this fight, is pretty much complete. Flames of Hatred will be a bonus episode. Thank you all very much for joining me. I know this has been a fairly substantial series. In fact, it may even be my longest series now. I think God of War was the previous longest series. But this is a big game, and it's a hard game, and there are lots of things to do. No, it's not hard, it's challenging. And again, I like challenging, even if I don't necessarily look like I am enjoying challenging. Sekiro has been brilliant. I've really enjoyed it. And now I get to go and catch up with my favourite YouTubers and streamers who have completed the game, and I can go and watch and see what they've done and what their reactions to it were, and see what they found that I missed, and likewise what I found that they missed, which is always interesting because, of course, with a big open world like this, or an interconnected world like this, people go different ways, they do different things, and they struggle on different bosses. I really hope you have enjoyed watching as much as I have enjoyed playing it. If you have, do please leave a like, subscribe for other gaming goodness. Drop a comment below about what you have enjoyed most about the game, or me playing the game, or me failing miserably at the game, because there's been a fair amount of that. And I hope to catch you all in whatever comes out next. Your support has been greatly appreciated. Have a good day, evening, morning, what have you, and I'll catch you all next time. Toodle pip. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, click the like button and subscribe. Remember to ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, toodle pip.